This video clip is provided by Neighborhood Watch Association. Michael Shane Durden, a professional burglar, burglarized successfully over 500 homes.
How are you today, sir?
This story is about his true confession in a Dallas prison, interviewed by a local sheriff. Please pay close attention to his reference to Neighborhood Watch.
When you consider a neighborhood, is there something that you're looking for in that neighborhood that would pique your interest?
Yes, sir, there are. There are several things approaching a neighborhood from a criminal perspective that you look for, key things. First and foremost, I look for settled homes because people whom are of a socioeconomic status should be able to afford a particular type of home, usually have disposable income. Meaning from my perspective that they have jewelry or ready cash that's available to be taken. Middle class homes get hit less in burglaries just because of that. From me anyway, from my perspective.
What about a nosy neighbor? If you're going through a neighborhood and you see someone, looking out the window at you, or maybe they walk out their front door to look at you, is that a deterrent?
Oh, most certainly. I applaud the efforts of Neighborhood Watch because there have been so many times that I've gone and cased a neighborhood and stayed away from that neighborhood because it was obvious to me that there were people out walking, that they had the VIP program, and it makes a lot of difference. It'll totally deter me from even going anywhere near that neighborhood.
Really?
Yes, sir. Because I don't want ever to enter into a situation where I'm confronted by anyone. So that's the whole reason of casing the homes. I'm not a home invader who would go in and tie people up. I'm a thief. I'm not proud to say that, but that's what I am. I'm a thief. And I don't want to come in contact with anyone, especially someone who can later identify me. Neighborhood Watch programs work. People may say, no, they don't, or he's been told this or that, the other to say it, but no, I'm speaking from my heart. I'm telling you that I've went through Allen, some parts of Allen and saw the VIP program and got away from it. Some parts of Plano and got away from it. Some parts of Richardson, I don't even go in Richardson because people in Richardson are so aware of who doesn't belong in their neighborhood. You drive down a cul-de-sac and make a turnaround, people are watching you, Parts of North Dallas are the same way. The VIP program does work. If you have Neighborhood Watch and people are aware of what's going on around them, if I'm going down the alley and I see anybody, that's a deterrent. I'm not even going to that house that I just cased that I know nobody's home in because this person may have seen me. I would go jog back to my vehicle and drive to a totally different neighborhood because of that. It's very hard to get around Neighborhood Watch. It's excessively straining to try and outmaneuver them. I was jogging through, I'm not going to name the neighborhood, but I was jogging through a neighborhood and I immediately became aware that there was Neighborhood Watch and they didn't know me. So they were looking at me because they're out there every day and they know their neighbors and they know who's on their street. And as I was jogging through, I was like, well, that's Neighborhood Watch. They're watching me, right? So, and they didn't make it obvious, but I knew who it was. And so I jogged down another street and I saw the same person again. And I said, well, they're watching me, so I need to leave.
From your experience, there's still a lot of people that don't pay sufficient attention to what's going on in their neighborhood.
Most people in the neighborhoods, cul-de-sacs, yes. Because, it's inevitable that you see everybody every day in a cul-de-sac. But in a linear street design, no. You don't know who your neighbors are for the most part. 5 houses down on the other side of the street. So, housewarming parties, getting together for Neighborhood Watch, passing out flyers to get to know each other, meeting at the parks, and being acquainted with each other as a society so that you know the people around you, so that your children are protected. Because I'm just a burglar. Think how many pedophiles do what I do.
I think what I'm hearing you say too is don't be afraid to report a suspicious person.
Exactly.
Or a suspicious vehicle.
Exactly.
Or maybe both.
Why is
hey,
this
I've
guy
seen
in
the
my
guy
house?
on foot and I've seen him in the vehicle, same guy, something's up.
Right. Yeah. He drove by and looked, and then 10 minutes later I seen him jog by and go to the door. What was that about?
Yeah.
Right. Somebody walking up after UPS has dropped off a package to knock on a door. That's another thing. They've got this, I was watching it on television the other day, what they were calling package pirates. People that follow UPS trucks around and steal whatever they drop off. That same technique applies for burglars because they know you're not home. Because the UPS guy's going to call your home and he's going, you were supposed to be there for the delivery, and if you're not there, then you're not there, you know. Nobody's scared of the UPS guy with a great big brown truck parked in the front yard. So if you're not opening the door, that's telling me that you're not home. People not answering their doors and things like that, I can understand why you wouldn't do it. But to a burglar, if I knock on your door and you don't answer, and I'm really knocking on your door, and I mean, it would, to the point of frustration, and you still don't answer, you know, to me, that's like, well, they're not home.
So you would say, don't ignore the door. Go make verbal contact with them.
Right.
Yeah.
Even if you're standing 10 feet away and you're like, yeah, who is it? Oh, well, such and such. Well, I don't know you.
Yeah.
Right? And if you stay there, I'm calling the police. That'll certainly deter anyone that's got evil intent. Right. But with that said, 5 to 7 minutes, I can go all the way through your home and know everything that you have, pull out every drawer, and even take your safe.
So being the target is jewelry and cash.
Yes, sir.
Are you going to hit the master bedroom first? I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
once you go in, you've got to make a choice
Yes,
as
sir.
to where in the house you're going to go.
Yes, sir, exactly. The master bedroom, even with 2-story homes, the master bedroom is generally on the first floor. So as I'm casing the home, I make a decision about where the master bedroom is by what I would consider that floor plan may be. And that would be exactly where I would go first. I would go through the window at the home. First, I'm going to the alarm system to see whether or not the alarm system is armed or whether it's ready. Ready, a lot is confusing to a lot of people because you say ready and you're thinking, well, what's ready for what? It's ready to go off. But no, it's ready to be armed. So I would go up and look to see what it says and see whether or not there was a warning on it for an intrusion. Because some alarm systems are silent. And I mean, I go look at that alarm to see what kind it is from the inside to see whether or not it's cellular. Because some people may not put this new sign in the yard, maybe an old sign or whatnot. New signs in the yard that say wireless will deter anyone that's got any brains or inclusive knowledge of what they're doing about burglarizing. Because you can't beat it.
Would it be safe to say that a wireless alarm will get you caught?
Wireless
Chances
alarms, yes. Why, there's no defeating them. By the time that you can cut the wires outside, when you go into the home, even if they didn't have the glass breaking feature on their home, when you do go into the home, if there's motion detectors in the home that you weren't aware of, and it goes off, well, you're thinking, well, okay, I cut the wires. So in a short time later, you'll find out differently because the officers will show up, right? So it would save your property, to say the least. But a person who puts that sign in their yard and at the back of their home, and it's very important to put signs in the back of their home because some burglars don't even case the front of a home. Some burglars just jump in backyards and look in windows. And if you put that cellular, wireless feature there, that's a major deterrent because there's no point in going there. The officers are going to be there in such a short period of time, even if you were capable of burglarizing that home within 90 seconds, which it's not, unless you're knocking the door down, running in there, grabbing a jewelry box and running out. And most burglars aren't doing that. You would have to have prior knowledge of what's in the home to do something like that.
Well, then let me ask you this. Once
Yes,
you've
sir.
gone in and you found everything you're interested in
Yes, sir.
in the master bedroom,
Yes, sir.
is there any other part of the house that you may check? Or do you feel like, okay, I've been here long enough, I'm out of here?
I want to check the master bedroom because I'll do it very fast. I know what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for a bunch of electronics and stuff, so I would go straight to the jewelry. I would go straight to the women's boudoir. I'm looking specifically for their jewelry. Men don't really wear a lot of jewelry. Women do. So I would go to their items first. On the way out, I might check the men's to see if he has watches or whatever. Go into the master bedroom closets because sometimes there's stand-up racks of jewelry racks in there. Also, I'm looking in the men's side of the closet for a safe. And I know that from experience, so I'd go in and look for a safe. Whether you have it hooked up or not, having a horn or even just bogus cameras at the back of your home. People will see, if I walk by and I see that you have like that security glass, like I'm looking at this right there, at the back of your home, that little rounded glass thing, I'm thinking, oh, this guy's got high-tech security. He may not be advertising it, but he's got it, and I don't want to mess with that. When I was doing this, my morals were really low because of drug use. But when I came out of the stupor that drugs had me in, and I realized the things that I had done, no matter what the reasons were, I felt a lot of guilt. I felt ashamed. So thank you for giving me this chance to enlighten the public a little bit and enlighten my load a little bit with God, the guilt that I have.
And I appreciate you sharing with us.
By providing a clear, present message of having united neighbors with good signage, you can send a strong message to the Michael Durdens of the world to conduct unlawful activities elsewhere, or give reason to pause and not do illegal activities at all. Support your neighbor and send that message of unity while supporting your Neighborhood Watch Association. Buy your yard sign today. Go to www.paypal.me/NWA 2018. This has been a Neighborhood Watch production. Donate to your Neighborhood Watch Association.